Hi Tyler, my name is James.
Hi, nice to meet you.
I'm going to be doing your intake, so I'm going to ask you a few questions to make sure I gather all the information. So can you talk about your current family relationships? Are you single?
No, I'm dating.
Dating? And how long has that relationship been?
How long?
How long?
3 months.
3 months.
Yeah, still new.
Still in. Can you tell me about your partner?
His name is Noah. What information do you want?
Where do you feel comfortable sharing with me?
He is one of the best people I've ever met.
Do you have any siblings?
A brother.
Brother? Are you and your brother close?
Yeah, we are. He doesn't live super close, so we don't get to see each other that often, but emotionally, yeah, we always have been.
Who's your older sibling?
Yeah.
Just, what about your parents?
What about them?
Do you have a close relationship with them?
My relationship with them is complicated.
Complicated? Okay. With both of them or just
Yes.
both? Okay. Okay, so you said you and your brother were close, clearly growing up. Are you from the local area?
I'm from Texas.
You're from Texas, okay.
Yeah, from Austin. I was born in Tomball.
Tomball.
And I lived.
Outside of Houston?
Yeah, and I lived close to Houston all the way up until I moved here. So.
And how was that dynamic going from Tomball to, do you remember?
I mean, I moved in junior high,
Okay.
so I've been here my whole adult life. So there was definitely a shift, but not as drastic as it might have been if I'd been living there as an adult.
Right. So you're kind of a unicorn being here in Austin for the most part.
I don't think I follow.
So the term unicorn is for someone who's been in Austin for, normally means someone born here in Austin, but I usually use anybody
Yeah.
here for an extended period of time.
Oh, okay.
Because a lot of people, constantly moving here, so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I haven't been downtown that whole time. I've only moved really to Austin proper in the last 3 or so
Oh, okay.
years. So, before that, I was just kind of in the greater area. I lived on
Austin's
a rural
right.
property an hour north. That's been in my family for a couple generations.
Oh, wow.
So
Wow.
it was very different than actual Austin.
Yeah, okay. So how's it living kind of on the outskirts?
Well, I don't now.
Yeah, but I mean, when you're coming out of that.
I mean, it was fine. The property itself is really pretty.
Mhm.
There's just lack of access to people outside of who I was going to school with, and also just like driving 30 minutes to the grocery store, that sort of thing. Can make it a lot harder to like balance multiple things
Mhm.
and get a lot of stuff done in a short period of time. So that was something I really appreciated when I did move to Austin, was I could go to the grocery store, get gas, go to the pharmacy, whatever, in like an hour.
Right.
And it would take me an hour just to get to and from the grocery store. before,
Wow.
so it definitely makes it a lot easier to keep up with everything.
Right. Growing up in that environment where you're kind of on the outskirts, small community, how did that feel growing up in a small community?
It was fine. It was kind of an interesting, as far as like my school, the composition was a little interesting because there were a lot of children of families that worked in higher paying jobs in downtown Austin, and they lived there as sort of a extended suburb because they didn't want to be in the urban environment,
Right.
and they would commute in or whatever. So there was a big emphasis with some students on education and more of a liberal political and social attitude, and then there was the other side of people that had always lived in that area, and parents or family members also worked in that area, and had more traditionally rural upbringings and views and backgrounds, and so you sort of had like a mix going on.
Okay.
But
Where do you feel like you felt in that grouping?
I was kind of all over the place. I mean, junior high and beginning of high school, I hopped around lots of different like social groups, and I did different activities, and then my senior year I sort of settled into a smaller group of friends and spent a lot of time with them, and did a lot of reading and hanging out with them in the library, and focused more on academic stuff. Took like dual credit college courses and worked on all of that.
Are you close with any of your friends from that time period, or
No.
no? Is there a reason why?
A lot of them, because they were very academically minded and also much wealthier than me, they moved off to other states to go to college.
And you stated that you had a small group of friends. Is that still kind of your continuum now? Do you have a larger group of friends that you socialize with now because you live in Austin, or is it still kind of a small circle?
I've always liked having a small group of friends. I have high standards for what those friends are like, but I prefer a small group. I have found it difficult in the past to find a good group of people and just to meet people in Austin, even though there's lots of people. They kind of tend to keep to the groups that they're already in, it seems. But yeah, a smaller group right now.
Okay. Austin has a very kind of unique culture in and of itself. And with your kind of small, like, grouping of friends, where do you fall into as regards to the Austin scene?
Can you clarify what you mean?
So Austin's a very high-tech minded. So, and traveling around and, myself going and checking out different scenes, I find that if you go to, say, a club, you'll find at a particular club all the tech geeks. If you go to one part of town, you'll find all the artists. Again, because you have such a small kind of grouping of friends, you run in a very unique circle. Do you feel like you can classify your group as anything unique, or are they just their own individual selves kind of collectively hanging out?
I think that similar to